Shannon was definitely a big loss to our community, and we will certainly miss her. And we are lucky in our community to have a lot of strong women's voices, and we'll be celebrating the ones that we still have Saturday at an event that Erin's put together. And I wrote this just a couple of hours ago, and it's for Shannon and for Erin and for probably a dozen other very strong women that I've been lucky enough to have come in and out of my life. It's called Extraordinary Voices. My mom will tell you stories of how when she was a little girl she was abducted by aliens. She'll show you the scars on her calves where implants were removed. She's not lying. She's not crazy. Okay, she's a little crazy. But makes she believe she's telling the truth. Because when your little girl life consists of matchstick dolls in the dirt of a shack in Kentucky, when most of your food is stolen at night from the neighbor's garden, when the most remarkable thing in your young life are visits in the dark from a drunken stepdad, you want your life to be extraordinary. You want to feel special. You want to be abducted by aliens in the night so you have stories to tell and an extraordinary voice that will be heard. But when you're a fifth-generation Nazarene and the longest trip you're ever going to take is the 1-hour walk across the bridge into Ohio, an innocent lie about aliens is as close as you're going to get to stories. I heard about the aliens another time, 20 years old. The mother of my son had another affair, and I stood in the emergency room with a loaded .22 pistol in my right hand. After being tackled to the ground and shackled to a chair, I was visited by a late-night intern shrink who told me that as a child his parents argued so much that he lay under his covers fantasizing that he came from another planet, that he couldn't possibly be the offspring of these dueling dipshits in the kitchen. He wanted to be special. He wanted to be extraordinary. And I realized later that being in that emergency room was as a result of my extraordinary lies. I wanted my love with that woman to be special, and when it wasn't, when she just cheated again and again, I hated myself, and I wanted to die because this wasn't special, because she didn't think I was extraordinary. I spent the next 10 years touring this country collecting stories that I could tell on stages like this one. I dipped my toes in every ocean, crisscrossed the continent, burned and buried my IDs in a desert grave because I couldn't be that small-town Ohio boy whose lover left because he wasn't special enough. After years of travel and trouble and women and drugs on tap, I found myself sober in Austin. Understanding that extraordinary love didn't make you hate yourself or want to die. It made you love yourself and want to live. Live the best life that you can, being the best person you can be. Poets don't drive west for the weather. We don't get porn for the articles. We live life hard and fast, collecting stories to share on stages, searching for our extraordinary voice. And no amount of running and fucking and searching and burning is going to help you find that extraordinary voice. You can only find it in yourself. And Shannon Leigh is a perfect example of this. Her words burned bright on every stage. Her voice stood out from the competition and touched lives at age 13. She led an extraordinary life and died an extraordinarily tragic death, all by age 20. The same age as me when I heard that second story about aliens and just began my search for a new life and a voice for myself. Erin Livingston and I shared our first kiss against Shannon's art car at the Eagles garage. Her passing is a reminder that we should hold tight to every strong woman's extraordinary voice that we have in our life. It's a reminder that every day I should tell Erin that I love her, even on the days that she doesn't love me back. And the next time my mom calls, I'm going to ask her about those aliens.